Everyone, hope you all are doing great. So today we will be studying about a very important and a short topic of pharmacology 3, that is anthelmintics. Anthelmintics are nothing but the worm infestations inside the body that are commonly seen in developing countries, and it is seen usually in the people with poor hygiene, and these are commonly known as deworming agents or the agents that kill the worm or just expel out the worm from the gut of the body. The first drug we have is mebendazole. In mebendazole, it is a broad spectrum anthelmintic which cures the roundworm, hookworm, pinworm, and strongyloids infestations inside the body. The eggs and the larvae are also destroyed. The dead parasites are also slowly expelled from the gut over several days. We will be seeing the mechanism of mebendazole in the another video of a specific video for the mechanism of this. Here we will be just completing the description of the drugs. So the next part we have the pharmacokinetics of mebendazole. So it is poorly absorbed from the gut. The bioavailability is around 20%. Fatty food enhances the absorption. The mebendazole is orally 100 given orally by 100 mg twice a day for 3 days continuous. The adverse effects are it is well tolerated. There can be nausea, abdominal pain, diarrhea. These are the common adverse effects which are seen if there are heavy infestations of the worms. Large doses may rarely cause headache, dizziness, loss of hair, and granulocytopenia. Next first we had was mebendazole. Now we have all. You can just remember from the prefix me and all. Okay, first was me and second is all. So all bendazole. All bendazole is a congener of mebendazole. You can just remember by this prefix. Okay, so it is a congener, that is it has same properties or it was derived from the mebendazole itself. Okay, with the action mechanism of action, it is similar, but it has several advantages over it. Okay, so several advantages. It is similar, well tolerated, it is effective in single dose. While this was given as twice a day for 3 days, right? For 3 consecutive days, but this is only generally given as a single dose. It is superior to mebendazole, which is in hookworm and threadworm infections, hydatid disease, and neurocystic cirrhosis. Alright, this albendazole also has some activity against the Trichomonas vaginalis, Giardia lamblia, and Wucheria bancrofti. The active metabolite of this albendazole achieves a higher concentration at 100 times more than mebendazole. Alright, so we have clearly seen what are the specifications over using this congener. What is the pharmacokinetics? It is rapidly absorbed from the gut. Fatty food again enhances its absorption. It penetrates well into the tissue and it is rapidly metabolized in the liver and excreted in urine. Adverse effect is, or you can say, it is having the similar effects that to the mebendazole, that is all related to GIT, that is nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, headache, granulocytopenia, etc. And this is strictly not to be given during the stage of gestational stages of pregnancy. Okay. Then we have thiabendazole. Now this thiabendazole is a benzimidazole which acts like a mebendazole. It all are the derivatives of the mebendazole, but it has similar to, but the structure it is similar to the benzimidazole. Okay, but due to its frequent side effects, it is generally not preferred. And dizziness, vomiting, diarrhea, GIT related, drowsiness, anorexia, bradycardia, hypotension, convulsions, and liver damage can occur. And due to the large list of the adverse side effects, this thiabendazole, which is nothing but a benzimidazole derivative, is not usually preferred as an anthelmintic. The most preferred is your first one, that was mebendazole. Okay, then we have pyrantel palmoate. So this pyrantel palmoate is effective against the roundworm, hookworm, and pinworms. Okay, it simulates the nicotinic cholinergic receptor in the worm, leading to persistent depolarization and spastic paralysis, due to which the worm is in the infested worm is just removed or expelled out from the gut. The paralyzed worms are expelled. It is well tolerated. Occasionally abdominal pain, that is GIT related nausea, vomiting, headache, rashes, weakness, dizziness may occur as an adverse side effects. Moving to the next, we have piperazine citrate. In piperazine citrate, which is effective in roundworm and pinworm infestations, the mechanism of action is it competitively binds the action of the acetylcholine and thereby causes the contractions in worms, and thereby due to the contraction there is the important flaccid paralysis resulting, which lead to the expulsion of worms from the gut. The adverse effects are, again, as it is anthelmintic, the first and the foremost adverse effect will be all GIT and headache related. So first, it has all mild gastrointestinal symptoms like your vomiting, etc. Headache, dizziness are also seen occasionally. Now the uses are piperazine citrate is indicated especially in roundworm and pinworm, and it is safe in pregnancy, whereas the other derivative which we studied, thiabendazole, was ineffective during pregnancy, but it is considered as safe during pregnancy. Then we have levamisole. Levamisole is effective against roundworms and hookworms and can be used as an alternative drug in these infestations. It is well tolerated and effective in single drug. And the other drug repurposing is it is a immunomodulator. Levamisole is also known as a immunomodulator with the anthelmintic. This is the MCQ which can be asked. Okay, so please make a note of it. Then we have niclosamide. Niclosamide is again effective against the tapeworms. Now all the drugs which we studied was effective against roundworms, hookworms, and pinworms, but the tapeworms, niclosamide is effective against tapeworms, and it is really well tolerated. And again the GIT related, that is abdominal discomfort and rarely pruritus and rashes may occur. Then we have the praziquantel. Praziquantel is effective against cystomosis, okay, of all species and other trematoids and cystoids, including the cysticercosis. Now these are the what are this term meaning? So generally, this paracetamol is very effectively given to all the anthelmintic patients, which generally have the worms that are infested into some cyst, okay, or that can, matlab that this they are like cyst type trematoids or cystoids, which may cause the cysticercosis, okay, and it is effective against a single oral dose in most infestations. It increases the cell membrane permeability to calcium, resulting in contraction followed by paralysis, and the worms are expelled. Adverse effects are mild and include GI disturbances, headache, dizziness, drowsiness, rashes, and myalgia. Then we have diethylcarbamazine. Diethylcarbamazine is also known as DEC. is a drug of choice in filariasis, and this drug of choice of filariasis is generally given in the pediatric patient as it immobilizes the microfilariae, resulting in the displacement of tissues and also alters the surface structure, making them more susceptible to host defense mechanisms. Microfilariae rapidly disappear from blood except those that are present in the hydrocele and nodules. Alright. So diethyl carbamazine is effectively given to many patients. Then we have the very common, that is newly derived, we can say, semi-synthetic ivermectin. Okay, ivermectin, if you all visit the generally the pediatric doctors, okay, pediatricians which are called, or generally the elderly old people or GIT related problems, gastroenterologist, or generally a cosmetologist or a dermatologist. The ivermectin drug is generally given in order to kill all the body worms so that your skin, your gut related all the issues are solved. Okay, so ivermectin is generally given weekly, and it is a semi-synthetic analog of ivermectin B, which is obtained from the Streptomyces mellitus. Okay, this can be again asked in your MCQ, and ivermectin is also a semi-synthetic analog that can also be asked, so please make a note of it. It is effective against many nematoids, arthropods, and filariae. These are the class of worms that infect animals as well as human beings. Okay, ivermectin is very effective against the microfilariae of Onchocerca volvulus, and it is a microfilariae CTL. That is, it generally causes the killing action of microfilariae and also blocks the release of microfilariae from the uterus of the adult worms. Okay, and there is a rapid decrease in the microfilarial count in eyes and skin. Thank you everyone. Hope you all understood. Mechanism of mebendazole will be uploaded just after this video.